Barely see those. You can kind of see that. Oh, I like the blue. The blue looks nice. Purple. Yeah, you can barely see those. Yeah, something like blue or purple is gonna be our best bet because if I put it to white, can you even see those? Oh, you can kind of. Let's put it to white and see how that shows up. Okay. Hello guys, I am back. It has been a long month. Surprisingly, it both felt long and also incredibly short, but it was a break that was much needed, and I'm glad that I took it. So if you guys are new to the channel, or if this is the first video you've watched ever or in a long time, I actually just took, for the first time, an actual full break from my YouTube channel since I started it back in 2018. I am a chronic overworker with high anxiety, and part of like my overcompensation to deal with that is like gung-ho working as hard as I can in my hobbies, in my work, in my personal life, just everything. So in this year, I'm trying to take a step back and work on that a little bit because I don't want to burn myself out on things that I love doing, and one of the things that I love doing is YouTube. Alright, so today we're going to do a chatty get ready with me, and I'm going to basically kind of summarize like what I came to realize over this past month. I've got like a full page of notes on my computer over here, and I kind of just want to go through all of that, and then at the end summarize everything and give some updates about my channel, because like I said, I don't want to get burnt out from this because I love YouTube. I'm not leaving forever by any means. But I am going to be making changes to my schedule again. And I think these ones are really going to stick. So let me go ahead and start with some of the makeup that I'm going to put on, because I will probably forget as we start getting into everything. I already primed. I forgot where I put the bottle. I think it might be back here. But I primed using the YSL Touche Éclat Blur Primer. For foundation, I want to use the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage Foundation. For concealer, I'm going to be using my tried and true Dermacol. I'm almost done with this. Do you see? There's not that much left. It is almost done. I will throw myself a party once I finish this. I've literally had this since 2017. Okay, this lasts forever. Boop. For powder, I'm going to be using loose powder. I've got the Laura Mercier powder. And then for pressed powder, I was sent this in PR through Influencer and Pure. This is the Pure 4-in-1 Pressed Mineral Makeup Broad Spectrum SPF 15 in light porcelain, and it's their, I think this is either new or repackaged powder foundation. I'm going to use it to kind of set the rest of my face. I've got a lot of redness today. I spent all morning like cleaning and reorganizing, so I don't know if that's why I've got the redness, or if it's just I've changed some things in my skincare routine, so that might also be it. But yeah, we're going to want to cover that up. A couple of the things I'm going to be using on my face I can't show you because they're technically spoilers for my upcoming Petty Project Pan updates, which I am going to film that update after I film this Get Ready With Me. But I'm going to use the basically the products from that Petty Project Pan. If you missed the last update, I'll just throw it up in the cards. But I got the Burberry Dark Earthy Glow. I'm going to use this as my contour. For my blush, I can actually pull, not blush, for the bronzer, this is, I believe, from Smashbox, from their contour kind of trio. This is the bronzer shade. And then for highlighter, I don't want to show the pan because there is again a spoiler, but I'm going to be using the Dior highlight from my Petty Project Pan. For blush, I've kind of just been reaching for whatever I want, and then some days not even wearing blush, so we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But I think that's everything for now. I might take a break a little bit or later on to talk about more products, but that's it for now. Rex is looking at me funky. Hi, buddy. So don't barf. No. So other than the makeup, I don't know if you can tell the background is different. My trusty string lights back there actually died on me. So I bought these like cheapy kind of RGB string lights off of Amazon because I found the string lights that I wanted. They're a bit pricey, but they're also on back order for like 3 months, so I'm not gonna get them anytime soon. And I wanted something in the background just to kind of give me the ambiance, because I use those string lights a lot even when I'm not filming. Like if I'm just sitting here and like chilling out or working, I loved having them back there. And these are a lot dimmer, not as bright as the other ones were, and I'm kind of sad about that, but they're probably going to be temporary. But there we go. All right, so let's jump into my makeup and what I learned during my YouTube break. Well, hello there. So it was a combination of, I think, A, I like forgot how to YouTube, forgot how to film, forgot all that fun stuff. And B, I didn't realize how big of a difference the string lights behind me made in my filming. So a lot of the times before I get my eyebrows on, I just completely am out of focus. I'm sorry. But I do my makeup and I talk a lot through this. So honestly, I would recommend putting this video on like 1.5 speed and listening to it like a podcast, because I tend to go in and out of focus a lot. So sorry. I'm going to work on that for the next few videos. I'm actually going to refilm the next video I already filmed because that was nuts. But yeah, so thank you. So the first thing that I've learned / realized was basically the first thing I said is that I love YouTube and I want to keep doing this. But the schedule that I had was just not sustainable. I could not maintain that kind of schedule. And I was beating myself up about it when I really should not have been beating myself up about it, because a lot of things in my life have changed. Like, I started out this channel back when I believe I was working part-time. It was a part-time job that eventually became full-time. But to be frank, outside of my job, I couldn't do a whole lot. None of my friends are really in the area. My closest best friend was like 2 hours away. I did not really go out a whole lot at the beginning. So really, I kind of just threw myself into my channel, which is part of the reason why I could start with the 5 videos a week. And my first problem was not adjusting my schedule when like my life circumstances changed. Like when I became full-time at my job, I did not cut my videos down. There was one point where I think it was right when I left my bookstore job, got the job that I currently, with the company that I'm with right now. And then I was like, also, I started the job at Sephora, which I only worked for a little bit, but technically I had like 2 full-time jobs and I was doing YouTube. I was burning myself out. So part of all of that, like after like realizing like I kind of had a history of doing this, I really wanted to look back and think, okay, why? Wow, I look terrible with just this on. But I really wanted to look back and like try to like find like what's the crux of this issue. And part of it was my response to stress. And I realized after much reflection that my response when stressed was to work more, to like distract myself from the stress, and I just keep going. So I realized that when I was overwhelmed and burnt out, my first instinct, which is not correct, first I had to realize my go-to behaviors and my go-to instincts were not correct ones. They were not good ones. But my first instinct was to find more work to take my mind off of everything and just to keep plowing along, like just nose to the grindstone, work, work, work. And an example of this recently was I was kind of feeling this burnt out back in November and early December, to the point where I know I wasn't going to do Vlogmas. I just could not have like do Vlogmas. But you know what I did instead? I decided to do 2 different daily posting challenges on TikTok. I posted daily. I did a Shop My Stash advent calendar where Alvin actually picked out a bunch of makeup products. He wrapped them for me, and then every day I would unwrap one and do a look with one of those products, which was, I gotta admit, a lot of fun, but it was a lot of work. It took a while to film, it took a while to do the look, it took a while to edit the TikToks, took a while to post them. So not only was I daily posting on my personal TikTok for that, I also decided to do a daily posting advent calendar for Rex. So I had 2 daily posting things on TikTok. It was the holidays, so I had family obligations and family things to do, and I still had my YouTube channel and my job. I worked through the holidays too. Yeah. Am I not in focus? I swear to God, if I go through all of this and none of this is in focus, I'm gonna lose my damn mind. I did lose my damn mind. And a big part of the reason why like these behaviors and this routine has lasted so long is because I was also proud of it. I was so proud of like my work ethic, which is a good thing to be proud of, but not to the extent that I was taking it. I was taking it far beyond where you should be proud of or what you should be doing. It wasn't really a work-life balance. It was a work balance, which no. Because it was affecting me, it was affecting my job, it was affecting our relationship to an extent, because my overproductiveness was bleeding into our weekends, and Alvin started getting burnt out just from like doing some things with me. And that really helped me think, I was like, oh wow, I need to chill out. So I know it's a lot to work through, and I'm not saying this month off has like cured me. No, if anything, having the time away helped me kind of identify these behaviors and these activities so that I can hopefully work on them moving forward. So in the middle of all of this, I realized that I was being so hard on myself. Well, I can be my biggest critic. Honestly, I really don't take criticism from others as seriously as I do criticism from myself. Like, I am the strictest on myself. I always have been, and I probably always will be. And because of this, I realized that I was treating YouTube less like a hobby and more like an actual part-time job. I was putting part-time job hours into it. I was being really strict on myself. Like, I was basically treating it like, I don't know how to explain it. Basically, I was treating it like a job. I was treating it like I couldn't take sick days off without, you know, I was treating it like I couldn't take vacation without planning it ahead of time and like finding coverage and pre-filming and all of this stuff. And I was so hard on myself whenever I wasn't going to make a deadline for a video posting. And who makes those deadlines? I do. Like, I was being so strict and tough on myself for really no reason. And ultimately, I have to go back to the fact that this is a hobby. This is a hobby for me. And while my first instinct is to go balls to the wall and overwork and go above and beyond, because I've always done that in every aspect of my life, I need to work on it. I need to work on it. So yeah, so my notes I wrote down, I was super rigid with my schedule, and all the YouTubers I looked up to did this as their full-time job. So I was comparing myself to like my favorite YouTubers, like Taylor Wynn, like Rachel Maxey. I love her channel. There are so many other people, and then I realized basically almost everyone I was looking up to, they all did this as their full-time job. So the comparisons were essentially moot. And again, the one doing the comparison was me. The one holding myself up to a higher standard was me. And I think I needed to realize that there's literally no one holding my foot to the fire saying you have to post to YouTube 3 times a week or 2 times a week or blah blah blah. It's literally just me. And I had to realize how kind of silly that was. Through this process, I also realized that a lot of the smaller YouTubers comparatively that I also loved and looked up to, a lot of them have either drastically cut down their posting schedule or they've left the platform completely. 2 creators that I really loved and looked up to as well were LS, who she just posted a video, but that was her first video in a few months because, like me, she has a job, she has a family, YouTube is a part-time thing for her. And the other creator I was thinking of was Thrifty Beauty. She was a smaller YouTuber. I think she had around 15,000 subscribers. I loved her videos. And actually I was very sad because I went back to like look at her channel because I wanted to rewatch some of her Get Ready With Me videos. She privated most of her videos, which I can understand if you're like moving on and you're done and you don't want those videos out there, but I felt very sad because I loved her videos and I wanted to go back and rewatch them, but she doesn't post anymore and she privated the videos. And it's fine for her to do that because this, again, was a part-time thing for her. She had a job, she had a family, she had a boyfriend, she had a lot going on. And I need to treat myself with that same understanding and compassion that I treat these other YouTubers with, because I don't want to get ahead of myself and like super compare myself to people because I do think they're great people, but we are in the same or similar circumstances, and I can't, it doesn't make any logical sense for me to be super nice and compassionate to them and be extra harsh on me just because it's me. So sidebar, I did pick up Taylor Wynn's new Sigma brush set, where she actually didn't, previously she had a brush set, but she just like kind of put together a bundle of existing brushes. This time she actually worked with Sigma to create 3 new brushes, and I've been testing them out. I really like them so far. I really like this super dense powder brush. I think this is like really good. This kind of triangle brush, I've been using it a lot, but I don't know how necessary it is for like my current routine. And this concealer brush, I have to say, I actually really like it. It's the only concealer brush that I've tried to date where I can blend out concealer with just this and it will actually look fine on my under eyes. I don't have to go into the sponge and smooth it out. Sometimes I like to go into the sponge to smooth it out, especially when I'm using a thick concealer like a Dermacol. But if I use a thinner concealer, I can use just this brush and it turns out awesome, which is pretty new for me because I almost always have to go in with the sponge because of my under eye kind of lines. But I'm going to be using the other 2 brushes to set the powder that I have all over my face. And I'll do a thorough review. It's going to be a while because I am planning to do later on a review roundup, but when I do my next review roundup video, I'll include my review of these brushes. So something else that I realized when I was talking about like other creators that I looked up to or enjoyed watching is that I you know, for the most part, I actually stopped watching makeup content on YouTube. And the reason why is I stopped watching just about everyone that I used to love because I was trying to do so many videos and get to so many things or review so many products that I didn't want to watch someone else's like new makeup releases video. I didn't want to watch someone else's review of a product if I knew I was going to buy it. Even though I really don't do too many reviews anymore. Like I'll do reviews every now and then, but to be frank, they don't do great on YouTube. So I don't know why I was holding myself back from watching these videos, even from people I was like subscribed to, because I didn't want to spoil it for the potential of me doing it for my channel too. And because I was watching so much less makeup content, I don't know, I was missing part of the reason why I fell in love with YouTube in the first place was that makeup content. So I've actually started a little project, because of course I did, to go back and kind of rewatch some of my older YouTube favorites, like their back catalog of videos. Like I actually went back and watched Emily Noel's earliest videos, which those are a trip. I loved going back and watching those old videos. I got so inspired and I just loved her personality and I loved everything about it, and that's what I miss. And I lost that because I was no longer watching those kind of videos because I didn't want to spoil possible videos I could do on my channel. So part of me is just realizing that and working around that. So I don't want to do that anymore. I want to watch videos that I want to watch. I want to watch other creators, like new makeup makeup nonsense videos or new makeup releases, and not be like afraid that my own opinions are going to be tainted for whenever I do film, or maybe not film a video about those same products or about new releases or about anything like that. And this brings me to, I think, probably the biggest revelation that I had during this entire break. And that was, I was treating this as a hobby. I was treating this as a part-time job and not as a hobby, right? But it shifted slowly. It used to be that like makeup, the love of makeup, the love of the artistry, the love of the products was the hobby. And I realized slowly over time it was less about the makeup and more about YouTube. I was focusing more on YouTube analytics, focusing more on my video quality, focusing more on editing, focusing more on getting my description boxes and everything like professional. That's a part of the treating this like a part-time job and less like a hobby thing. But the shift was slow, but then it was all at once. So then I was realizing that like most of my time, I was spending like 10% of my time on the makeup, right? And then 90 on the YouTube part of it. And that's not what I wanted. I mean, I find it interesting. I do like editing. I do like doing the YouTube work, but I like the makeup more. And so that's something I'm gonna have to work on. We'll see when I actually go to edit this video. I want it to be much more like 50-50. So like 50 makeup, 50% the YouTube process. But I realized it was kind of the YouTube process had taken over this hobby. And that's another thing. So speaking of YouTube analytics, I realized like I was checking my YouTube analytics way too much. I was focusing on numbers. I was focusing on just how the channel itself appeared, and less about, not the content, because I did put a lot of work into the content, but less about the passion for the makeup. It was more about the passion for having a well-rounded channel, right? And moving forward, I don't want to do things just because they would make my channel well-rounded, because my hobby isn't the channel. It isn't YouTube as a platform. It's the makeup. That's why I fell in love with this. That's what I love doing. It's what I do every day. I need to get back to focusing on the makeup. Not to say I'm gonna like get rid of my new microphone and like not work on the YouTube part of it too, because it's definitely part of it, right? So I'm not gonna 100% never focus on the YouTube stuff, but I want to make the primary focus the makeup again. So all of this led me to the next couple of points. So the first one is, as far as like this hobby and my channel, I desperately need to focus more on quality over quantity. Just because I can fill up a whole content calendar doesn't mean that I should. Especially because, like I said, I have a full-time job. I've actually been working my butt off, and I'm really hoping that this month, that March, I will be getting a promotion, which is going to be great. But then also I will be extra busy, because with a new promotion will come new responsibilities. And while it's something I want, it is going to take a lot of work if it does come through. So I want to do that, because I feel like I have such this bad habit of just working too much that I can be inspired and have all of these ideas, and then I think, oh, I have to do all of them this month, or I have to fill up this content calendar so that I can be regular, so that my channel can be regular, you know, when really I need to focus more on the quality of the smaller amount of videos that I put out. That's what I need to do. I need to put out less videos, but make them higher quality, essentially. And I'm not just talking quality as in like the YouTube video, whatever quality. I'm talking quality as in like well thought out product reviews or well thought out video ideas, inspirational, creative ideas. Alright, and the last thing that I have in my notes for this section is just about social media as a whole, and that I need to take more social media breaks. Over this month, I didn't take a full break from social media. I basically just took the YouTube break, but there was one weekend where I just basically blocked all social media from my laptop and from my phone, and it was lovely. And I definitely need to take more breaks like that. I have the note, and it's just like I took a weekend off from all social media except YouTube. I was watching YouTube videos and listening to podcasts and stuff, but it was just so nice, and I need to do that more often. I'm not gonna like totally go blackout on like everything all the time, but I am thinking that I want to start off with maybe like one day a week. I am just gonna have the parental blocks on my social media, so I can at least have a weekly kind of safe space away. Not that, you know, social media is bad, because there's good and bad to it, but I found myself like doom scrolling, or like just like constantly watching everyone's stories on my Instagram and constantly going on TikTok. So by having a kind of space where I can block those out, I found that I was getting a lot more done, and I could actually relax a lot like deeper, if that makes sense. Like I could actually fully relax, and not just like relax, but like have my phone every 5 minutes, picking up, looking at something, reading the news, doing all that stuff. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a blush, so I think this is going to be it for the base. Let me hop off camera. I'm gonna do my eyebrows real quick. I will put on eye primer. We'll come back to do my eye look using the Yes Please palette, and then we'll talk about the future of this channel. Hello, we are back, and it's amazing how much eyebrows make the face, right? Like I was looking like a beige chicken nugget, like a very oval chicken nugget. I've got a very oval face here. Now with eyebrows, I'm a chicken nugget with eyebrows. That's the dream, isn't it? Wow. Don't know what the hell that was. Okay, so I want to do a look. I did this really pretty orange eye look the other day using the Yes Please palette and the Orangey Glad palette from Colourpop. I don't want to show you exactly the shades I'm going to use in here, because I would spoil my next Pan That Palette update, which is going to be coming in next week. But I'm going to use a couple of the orange shades from in there. And then I'm going to use either this shimmer or this shimmer. I'm thinking this shimmer. And then I want to use, I don't like the pressed glitters from Colourpop. The only time I will use them is kind of like as an inner corner highlight, far from my inner corner. I don't like using these on my lid because I have hooded eyes, and then it flakes off, and then you end up with glitter everywhere, and it's dangerous. It's just dangerous. So I'm going to use those shades. The matte shades will come from the Yes Please. And as we start putting on the lid shade, so I saw on TikTok and on Instagram people were putting the lid color on first, and then they were kind of blending out the shades around it, and it's been a while since I've tried to do that, you know, probably a year. So I'm gonna try doing that. So I've got some glitter glue. We're gonna go in with the lid shade and then do everything else, see how it turns out. So while I get this started, let's go ahead and talk about the schedule updates and future for this channel. So previously I was doing 3 videos a week. Before my break, it was a couple of weeks ago I think, I did an update about how I wanted to go from 3 to 2 videos a week. And honestly, I felt kind of bad. I thought I was going to lose subscribers, you know, all that fun stuff. But everyone was super supportive and lovely about it. So I don't know why I was once again feeling anxious when I realized I was going to have to do something kind of similar. But you know, I need to stop being my own worst critic, because to be frank, no one cares. Like, if I have to take more time, you know. I saw like the lovely feedback you guys are giving me on the video where I announced my break, and it literally like made me cry. I was just so happy. And like, I thought over this break I would lose subscribers and people wouldn't want to watch anymore, but everyone was so supportive, and I actually gained subscribers. I think, well, I maintained for a bit, and then I like gained subscribers towards the end, so my assumptions were wrong. Anyway, that being said, I'm going to be guaranteeing only 1 video a week. except for the 1 week of the month where I do my Pan That Palette and basically any Project Pan updates. I tend to try and do those all together in 1 week. So for those weeks, we'll have multiple videos depending on how many projects I have going on, because I typically tend to update those monthly. And for me, I don't mind doing multiple of those videos in a week because those videos are quite frankly pretty easy to film. Most of the work for those videos is during the rest of the month doing the actual panning, and then just coming in to do the update is the easy part, right? So I will do those typically probably the first week of the month, and those will be multiple videos. But for the rest of the month, I really only I kind of want to cut down to one video a week, not a month, one video a week. And it's really going to make me have to be critical and choosy about like what I want to film. Because like I said earlier, I could just shoot out video ideas all day and I could do X, Y, Z, but doing so, I would burn myself out. And the content, ultimately, I wouldn't have as much time to devote to editing, to picking products, reviewing products, using products. So I don't really want to do that. So one video a week, except for panning weeks when there will be multiple videos. I also had a specific realization during my break about my Shop My Stash series. Now, again, something that I tend to do just because I don't know, I make rules for myself and then like I hold myself to these rules even though really I'm the only one that cares. So when I did Shop My Stash, I really held myself to only using the products that were in my everyday makeup basket. I wouldn't really allow myself to go out and like look through the rest of my collection and use other products. I would really hold myself to what was in my basket, or if I brought something new in. If I bought something new, I would put it into the basket and then I would allow myself to use it. I just realized that during the break I kind of emptied out my basket and I kind of used whatever I wanted, and I forgot how much I liked it. How nice it was to actually sit here and go through my drawers while I was getting ready and pick out products as I went. And I realized I missed that. I missed being able to kind of like see my whole collection and utilize my whole collection, and not to the Shop My Stash. Not to say that I don't like the Shop My Stash. Honestly, I like the process of shopping my stash. You know what I hated? I hated filming it. Because trying to get the camera and everything back here, I was hurting my back, I was hurting my legs. It's hard to get lighting back here. Honestly, it was a pain in the ass. And so I realized I didn't like that process, and I was cutting myself off from like a good amount of my collection. And why was I still doing it? Why was I still doing it? So if I ever do a Shop My Stash, it'll probably be attached to a Get Ready With Me or a specific topic, like something I really want to do. I really want to do a Shop My Stash for a like beginner's makeup kit. I really want to do that. I think that would be fun. But like just monthly Shop My Stashes, I think I'm pretty much done with them. And if I do them, that's something I think I would see like putting on TikTok or Instagram. But then again, that was a video that I did because it seemed to do really good on the channel, and it was a good consistent video I could keep doing every month, right? But ultimately, I kind of outgrew it, and I don't want to keep forcing myself to do them. So speaking of, if you have not followed me on TikTok or Instagram, here you go. I am less active on TikTok, but I'm trying to be a bit more active, especially because I'm actually being a bit more active on Rex's TikTok, because we actually bought him, you know, those like talking animals with the buttons. We bought Rex some buttons and I'm teaching him how to use them, so I'm posting on his account a little bit more. But that being said, I'm trying to be a bit more active on those two, but I don't want to push myself to like be on a schedule with those, because I'll just defeat the whole purpose of taking a step back from like YouTube, right? Right. This is actually looking really cute, so I'm going to take the lightest kind of pinky orange and just blend out these edges. That actually came out not too bad. I like the way that it like blended, softened the edge of the glitter glue. So I think that is it. Those are basically all the notes that I had. Oh, I think I forgot to mention the weeks where I'm posting one video a week. That video will be posted on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. EST. And the weeks where I'm posting multiple videos, most likely no more than 2 videos that week, that will be Tuesday and Friday, kind of like my previous schedule was. And if there's anything in particular that you guys would really like to see from my channel now that I'm back and trying to plan out for the next few months, let me know down below, because again, I'm going to be a bit more picky with what I film, but I should have more time to dedicate to some more detailed videos, some more long-term videos. I want to do another black lipstick video because I love doing those videos and you guys love them. I want to do that Shop My Stash video. I need to do an empties video. I've got like, my empties drawer is full and I've got like 2 full baskets of empties, so I need to do that. But if there's anything in particular you guys want or are looking forward to, or I don't know, a video that I used to do that I no longer do that you miss, let me know down below. Okay, I lied. So I'm taking a shimmer from the Yes Please palette to use on the inner corner instead of the glitter because it looks really cute. Baby, it's okay. No need for the Borfies. And here is the final look. I'm actually really happy with like this orange look. It's kind of been my go-to with the Yes Please palette now that I'm using it a bit more. And yeah, I didn't do a lipstick. Oh well, we'll save lipstick for the next video. So thank you guys again for your patience and for all the lovely, lovely words that you left on my last video. This break was great, just what I needed, and I'm hoping that I can take everything that I learned, that I just kind of word vomited out to you, and use it to not just help, you know, this hobby and this channel, but just my life in general. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I cannot wait to see you next week in my next video. Bye. Would you look at this? This is me thinking I'm in focus. Rex is barking. Posing for a thumbnail, thinking I look so cute. Look at this cute eye look. My hair looks great. Absolutely not. Just face full of blurriness. Nothing behind these eyes. Nothing's there. Shameful. Look, I'm trying to do the prune face, trying to look cute. Nothing's in focus. All right, we're good. No, we're not good. Thank you for watching, though.